What a wonderful day!
Good impersonation.
Apes together, strong.
Caesar. Oh, Caesar.
Caesar, Caesar. Hey guys, welcome back to Brohood Productions. You can already tell what we are reviewing today. The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. So JP and I, we are very excited to give you this review. We got on to the Apes franchise more closely when it came to Caesar's storyline. We've watched all of them. I think for me, I can only remember the old one, the first one, and the Mark Wahlberg one. But besides that, it's all about Andy Serkis, Matt Reeves, the trilogy. But we are very excited. This was fun for us. Like we said, we got to see Rise in theaters. It was, so we love the Apes franchise. So without further ado, we've had 2 days to reminisce and think and officially give our personal ratings. So for me, after looking at everything, being careful how you compare it to the previous trilogy and everything that involves. What a wonderful day! Um, I would say that I gave the movie a 7.9.
So, um, you know, I was very confused watching the movie. So, um, because literally my first thought, and this is spoilers, so be aware.
Spoiler warning.
How do you call it? Spoiler
Spoiler
warning,
warning.
yeah. Spoiler warning, yeah. Um, the beginning of the movie shows Caesar's funeral, and I was like, okay, I guess that's how we know that how the movie's gonna end. And Alma had to tell me, no, 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 that's what happened in War of the Planet of the Apes. And I was like, he's dead? And Alma was just like, facepalm
Yeah, baseball.
to that. And so I was trying to like just try and follow what was going on. So I thought Caesar was gonna be in the movie. And then I thought, okay, is this guy Caesar's son? No, no, it's not. It's some guy named Noah. Noah's pretty cool. It's the Anma doesn't like when I do this, but just the beginning of the movie, we just followed Noah and his love interest and their friend Anaya or something, and they had to capture these eagle eggs, and there's like some ceremony that's happening tomorrow. I was like, is this Caesar's son? Did they turn all like native or something? Eh, bad joke. So yeah, I mean for me, if I would have understood more of the movie, maybe I would have given it something like Anma, but I think it was just a seven for me, you know? I think there was good aspects about the movie, reminiscing about Caesar and his laws, and he was the first ape, the first elder, they called him. I was actually rewatching, not rewatching, really skimming some of the old movies. Um, and I really liked something that one of the characters said was that, a lot of humans blame, um, what happened to the world. They blame apes, but really they should blame the humans because the humans built the virus. They created it. And in the beginning of this movie, it said the word hubris, Alma. What does hubris mean?
I don't know it by memory. You caught me off guard. Let me quickly.
Oh,
Hubris. Excessive pride or self-confidence. My
There we go.
humans.
So the beginning of the movie said that it was because of the human's own hubris that led to their demise. But very interesting movie. Like there's some philosophical stuff in there, some philosophical questions. But that's all I got to say. Alma and I are trying to do under 10-minute review. So take it
Uh,
away, bro.
it was a good movie. You should watch it. I agree that it should be certified fresh. I can agree that it should be given 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. Visually, very cool. Music, outstanding. There were some moments where I wanted a little bit more because I'm that kind of like cinematic person where like when the titles first showed up, I wanted a more like rumbling sound or something, you know. But we're going to break down the movie by giving you our cinema score. So our first criteria is the story and plot. And I want to say that the overall story, like JP mentioned in his brief critique, deals with Noah being our main protagonist. There's a new culture. It's been many generations since the death of Caesar. I didn't even know that humans were still around because I thought the virus just wiped out everybody. Um, I honestly thought the movie was going to go in a different direction. And that's why I think I gave it a 7.9. Was because there's this really cool moment where he finally holds up the eagle. And I thought he was going to like stand up to Proximus. But that the story doesn't just center around Noah, it also centers around the human that's been lying to us the entire time, May, right? What's the cool orangutan's name? That was just sad. I liked him.
Raka,
Raka.
Raka.
Uh, he's cool. I like Raka. So there was these moments in the story that I just didn't know what we were following, not because I didn't do my homework, because I remembered the whole story. I was prepared for the movie, unlike some people. Um, so I would say that just the story that we're starting, this new journey, in the legacy that Caesar has left, I want to say that we should give it a 9.
Okay, hold on. So, like I'm almost saying, we're following this clan, this Eagle clan, and like he said, the main protagonist is Noah. I think Noah's pretty cool. I think I mean, so it was hard. You know, the I don't think the movie was focused. And I guess that's more on flow, but um because there was some aspect about Noah becoming like a leader, you know, leading Eagle Clan, making a promise to his father, being like his father, because he had these imposter syndrome feelings, I guess, so to say. He's like, I'm not like my father. I can't sing to the eagles. Which that was a cool, interesting thing about singing to eagles and eagles listening to you. I mean, I
I
think
really
it would
like
be
that.
cool
I
to have
thought
a
that was
pet
cool.
eagle. Yeah. Um, but then so then but then the other aspect of the story was you know, so him going and freeing his clan, but then then we follow this guy Proximus who calls himself Caesar. And it's like, bro, you're not Caesar. And he's like, I am the new Caesar, and Caesar would want us to do this. Um, so then it kind of followed that, and they were trying to get into this like bunker where they housed, you know, advanced technology, and Proximus wanted it for the apes and stuff. But then there's the other aspect of the movie that's dealing with, can apes and humans coexist? Can apes trust humans? Can humans trust apes? You know, all this stuff. And you know, I think that part of the story was already told through Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and War of the Planet of the Apes, right? Would you agree with me, bro?
I would agree that that's a storyline that's just part of the story. Can we coexist? I just think it was
Yeah,
told enough. It was told in a different way this time.
yeah, it was. Um, but and to sum up everything, I would just say I like the story. So I would give it an 8. So average that out, it's an 8.5.
All right, 8.5 for
You gave
story,
it a 9?
8.5. The villain, this one's interesting because to me, they set up Proximus Caesar as the antagonist, right? But in my opinion, there wasn't per se a proper villain because I think that the villain or the complexity that people are dealing with is who is Caesar and what does it mean to coexist? I feel like that was more the complex issue. But if we're going to try to simplify it and say that Proximus Caesar is the main villain, if we're going to go with that definition, then he was a good villain. I liked him. He reminded me of Koba.
What would you rate him?
I'd give him an 8. I like the whole Romanesque thing, so it was kind of, and you've talked about this too, about how like kind of like history repeats itself. So it's kind of like this like Roman civilization and then Rome falls. So I just liked that concept. So I would say
Look,
Proximus he can have an 8.
it's funny because I thought he was good because it seemed like he was rounding up people and like a villain. Not people, apes. But then you come to his kingdom and he's like, "You're free. You just got to bow down to me." He was a very interesting character, a very interesting villain, I would say, because it's like portrayed that he's like this like conqueror. And then he's just like a really funny guy. But he wanted to be this like Roman Caesar to everyone. Like he was going to lead. Um, but he's not like that clever. Um, so yeah, I'll agree with Alma. He was a very interesting villain. Hey,
Flo, we don't have to talk about too much, but I would say it's a 6 or a 7.
yeah, I think it's 7. You keep updating the thing. It's funny. Okay,
Oh,
acting.
77. Come on, not 77. 7. I think with the whole motion capture thing that they do, I think it's good. I think the acting is great.
10.
Yeah, I'd give it a 10.
Okay.
Like Andy Serkis as Caesar, that's like an 11 out of 10, but this is good. 10 out of 10. And then, Noah being the hero, I would say I'd give him a 9.
9.
All right, work your
Okay.
magic.
85%.
Look at that. B plus. We agree with the certified freshness.
Is that what Rotten Tomato says?
Rotten Tomatoes had it at like 80 something yesterday.
It did?
Yeah. And apparently it's already made its budget. So, you know, it it did well this weekend.
Let's look on IMDb real quick. Sorry,
Mostly people have given it eights and
my
sevens.
internet is so slow.
Huh?
My internet is so slow. So here, the meta score on IMDb is 65%. What does Rotten Tomatoes give it?
IMDb gives fan rating at a 7.4. And the lower scores, they're just around thinking um the lower scores are just saying that it's fine, it's decent, there's nothing new, predictable. Someone said yawn, boring. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, it was a predictable movie.
Like if someone compared it to Avatar, and
Predictable.
it's like, which one?
How could they compare to Avatar?
I
I don't
mean,
get that.
I mean,
Avatar is more closely related to Dancing with Wolves.
yeah, yeah.
Well, bro, you're gonna have to search up the Rotten Tomatoes. My internet is too
Okay,
slow.
I'll look at it really fast here, guys. Sorry for our technical glitches. So right now, the critics have given it 80%, and the fans have given it 80%.
Okay, yeah.
So I
I
agree.
mean,
I
yeah,
think
I
it's
mean, like I
it's a
liked it.
great movie. It has the Brohood Productions stamp of approval. You should watch it. Now the big question, bro. Is it better than the overall trilogy?
No,
Yeah, that's obvious.
I will always think Rise of the Planet of the Apes is the best one. Always. Um,
And I will
Dawn of
always
the
think
Planet
that
of the
War,
Apes.
and I think War is the best.
Yeah, I just think it follows Caesar. Like that's who, just yeah. I think the original trilogy is good, but I think so. Are they starting a new trilogy, or
Apparently,
is that what you're
Disney
saying?
Disney announced a 9-film saga, so we're getting two trilogies.
What the heck? Well, okay, so anybody can surprise me. What I'm saying is, like, maybe the first of this movie, I think it was good. I liked it, but does it compare to the first movie of the first trilogy? No, not at all.
Mhm.
But we'll see. 9 films. Woo.
Total, 9 films total.
Yeah. Yeah, 9 films total. I don't know. Um, because like the old Planet of the Apes, the only thing it lacked was CGI
But
and
not
better acting.
scary ape masks. I went to the dentist with my kids this
Yeah.
week, and to help the kids get like situated, they have this big monkey head. It's not real or anything, of course, it's fake and it's more cartoony, but they have this cartoon monkey who they show them what they're gonna do with their teeth, like how they're gonna clean it and stuff. And so I was like, yeah, that's classic Planet of the Apes right there.
Funny.
But we enjoyed the movie. You should guys should go watch it. We really enjoyed it. We thank you for watching our Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes review, and we'll catch you next time.
Bro, Hoodell.